the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
On first down, Wentz. Ertz has it left side. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. Do you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
To throw again on second down. Wentz. This short throw caught by Goddard. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Wentz now to throw. And Jeffrey's got it. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. His first catch, good for 16 and a first. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down. Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. The throw over the middle, taken in. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. And an Eagle first down. Wentz going to lead his guys up first and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. On first and 10, it's Clement. Kevin King coming up from the secondary to make the play.
Well, they've certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
From the 31, Wentz nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a third and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Eagles coming up here on a third and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Throwing is Wentz. Jeffrey reels it in over the middle. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's fourth down. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a first and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Someone's looking fresh, and this O-line is definitely licking their chops. Everyone likes to run block. If you're an offensive lineman, nice early burst, nice gain, too.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers going for it all. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Now on third down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. And this one is right down the middle. And the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
After the made field goal, now Crosby will do the kickoff duties. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll begin on the ground with Clement. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. On 2nd down, Clement. And an alley to run. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down.
First down, Philadelphia.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Wentz. It's brought in by Jeffrey. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. Wentz going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. To throw is Wentz. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Wentz going to throw. And incomplete. Joshua Jackson there to knock that one away. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. On 3rd down, here comes Clement. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
The kick by Elliott is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So he gets a shot at atoning for the earlier miss here in the first half and able to knock it through.
And what a relief for him, don't you think? Because how many games have we done where kickers missed one early and never gotten a chance to atone for it the rest of the game? That's a lot to carry around.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want a drive to end with a kick. Most of them want it to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants a drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 11 yards there, 1st down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Rodgers. This one to the right, caught by Valdez-Scantling. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. From the shotgun, again to Jones. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
Let's go, defense. Here we go. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Pressure comes and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Derek Barnett able to maneuver in for the sack.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
To try again after the sack. Rodgers open on the left side. This is Valdez-Scantling. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Rodgers now on 1st down. Caught on the right side by Jones. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
And he's got the connection to the tight end, Graham. Touchdown, Packers. Jimmy Graham, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Packers have taken the lead. Crosby connects on the extra point, and the lead is now 10-3. after the touchdown. Here's Crosby to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do? And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Zadarius Smith in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Throwing on second and long. Wentz, he's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
Intended for Deshaun Jackson. Incomplete. It's third down.
The Eagles on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be third and forever. From the gun, it's Wentz. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. On fourth down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. This is taken at the 15. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over. Watch on the 50. Hey, you want over your screen again?
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And an alley to run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. The second half starts with a carry by Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. He got 29 yards that time. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. But it's going to be 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down? The offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. About 3 yards there to the 27.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Man open. It's St. Brown. He's got it. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through, picking up the first.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Number 53. Mike 53. Hey, I'm coming.
On first down, Rodgers. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Equanimous St. Brown. His second touchdown on the season. And the Packers add on to their lead. Crosby with the extra point, and the lead is now 17-3. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a first and 10 at their own 24. On the ground, it's Clement to start the drive. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made.
In a double coverage, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Hey, let's get in that hole.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. It was the veteran safety Malcolm Jenkins who got a hand in there to disrupt it.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On second down now. It's Jones. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Tackle made that time by Brandon Graham.
It's 3rd and 10.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. This one from 35 yards away. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and that'll push the lead up to 17. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a first and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Throwing now is Wentz. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Mike, here we go, D. All day, defense, all day, all day. Shit. 30. Shit.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Well, when both guys went up for the ball, I just thought, who's going to come down with it? I didn't think he'd come down with it and then take it all the way for a touchdown.
That's battling, isn't it? Because normally, if both guys go up for it and come down with it, the tie goes to the offense. The defensive player didn't want it to be a tie at all. He wanted a little bit more, took it, and went the other direction.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now Rodgers to try again after the pick 6. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick 6 on the previous drive.
Yeah, not something conservative or underneath. Pretty big shot right there.
Get him right back in the saddle and say, go ahead and sling it, big guy.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Rodgers now to throw again. And left side here, it's Graham. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And again, it's Rodgers. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And it's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to find Equanimous St. Brown, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they decided to air it out a little bit on that play, take a shot downfield, but the coverage was really nice, able to get a hand in and tip it away.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
4 down.
On play action, it's Rodgers. And that's called in by St. Brown over the middle. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Zadarius Smith able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
And with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. After the sack on 1st down, Wentz. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D. Man up, D.
The give is to Jones. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
53, Mike 53. Let's go.
To throw is Rodgers. Open man right side is St. Brown. 15 yards on the play. 1st down. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now. Still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. To throw again. Rodgers. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Give the sack to Fletcher Cox. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through, and that will push this lead up to 20 now. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now Wentz. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. To throw, it's Wentz. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And all the way down to the 41-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Wentz now to throw. He's going to lead this for his running back. It's complete. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wentz. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy. And
for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Josh Jackson. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football, and the Eagles have recovered. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Zadarius Smith able to record his 5th sack of the season. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing a 2nd and a bundle. Throwing his Wentz. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And he lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it could be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
Oh, Kaiser can't get away, and he'll go down. Sacked by Brandon Graham. He's been doing that since he entered the league in 2010. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Well, partner, even though my phone alarm failed me this morning and I missed our AM workout, we still made it through this thing together, didn't we?
Well, you always know I need extra workouts just to keep up with you. So it doesn't matter. But thanks for sharing a booth, and thanks for being our quarterback.
Yeah, you're the quarterback. Always a pleasure, my friend. So for the Packers, They're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And now they get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll try again next week at home against Philadelphia. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.